Hey everyone, welcome back to the Truth Nation TV channel. Today, we are looking at a fascinating topic from Nigeria's history that still sparks conversation today. It's something called Northernization Policy. This policy was about how one region in Nigeria tried to take control of its job market and why it caused so much tension. I came across an old interview with Sir Ahmadubello, the saudarna of Sokoto, who was the premier of Nigeria's northern region at the time from 1954 until his assassination in 1966. In that interview, he broke down all the concerns you may want to have or want to know concerning why the people of the northern extraction actually fear the Igbos. Let's take a listen to that interview. Then after that, we can unpack it in simple terms and see what we can pick from it from here and there. So stick around and let's get right into it.
One thing I've noticed, Premier, while I've been here, is that Northerners seem to have, I might almost call it, obsession about the Igbos. Could you perhaps explain that to me?
Well, the Igbos are more or less the type of people whose desire is mainly to dominate everybody. If they go to a village, to a town, they want to monopolize everything in that area. If you put them in a labor camp as a laborer, within a year they will try to emerge as headman of that camp, and so on. Well, in the past, our people were not alive to their responsibilities, because you can see from our Northernization policy that in 1952, when I came here, there weren't 10 Northerners in our civil service here. Then I tried to have it Northernized, and now all important posts are being held by Northerners.
Is this policy of filling all key posts in the north solely with Northerners and not with other Nigerians a temporary or permanent one?
In actual fact, what it is a Northerner first. If you can't get a Northerner, then we take an expatriate like yourself on contract. If we can't, then we can employ another Nigerian, but on contract too. This is going to be permanent, I should say, as far as I can foresee, because it will be rather dangerous to see the number of boys who are now turning from all our learning institutions, coming out with having no work to do. I'm sure whichever government of the day might be, it will feel rather embarrassed, and it might even lead to bloodshed.
Doesn't this damage the idea, sir, of all people in all regions in Nigeria being fellow citizens of one country?
Well, it might, but you are, new to our region, but how many Northerners are employed in the east or in the west? The answer is no. And if there are, there may be 10 laborers employed only in the two regions.
So what's this all about? Picture this. In the 1950s, in Nigeria, a country with tons of ethnic groups and regions, north, east, west, midwest, each region has its own kind of vibe and how things are done. But there was some serious competition for job and power. So in an old interview from that time, the premier or the leader of the northern region talked about why their region started a policy they called the Northernisation Policy. Basically, it was about making sure that Northerners got the big jobs in their own region. But it's not just about jobs. It was more about pride, power, and a bit of tension with other groups. When you listen to the interview, you find immediately what will strike you is the Igbo stereotype. And you want to ask yourself, what's the big deal about the whole Igbo stereotype?
One thing I've noticed, Premier, while I've been here, is that Northerners seem to have, I might almost call it, obsession about the Igbos. Could you perhaps explain that to me?
Well, the Igbos are more or less the type of people whose desire is mainly to dominate everybody. If they go to a village, to a town, they want to monopolize everything in that area. If you put them in a labor camp as a laborer, within a year they will try to emerge as headman of that camp, and so on. Well,
first off, the Premier mentioned the Igbo people and he says the Northerners think that the Igbo are super ambitious. I think the Igbos are super ambitious. Like, if they moved into your town or even a workplace, they will hustle their way to the top, maybe even take over. He gives an example. He says an Igbo guy who gets to start a job as a laborer in a camp within a year is trying to be the boss now. That is stereotype, right? Yeah, it's stereotyping. The truth is not every Igbo person is out to dominate. It's out of the question. But this idea shaped how some Northerners viewed Igbos at that time. It's like saying, these folks, they are too good at winning. And we need to watch out for them. So, the big plan had to be drawn up, and that big plan was Northernization.
in the past, our people were not alive to their responsibilities, because you can see from our Northernization policy that in 1952, when I came here, there weren't 10 Northerners in our civil service here. Then I tried to have it Northernized, and now all important posts are being held by Northerners.
What is this Northernization all about? Back in 1952, the Northern region had a problem that almost no Northerner were in big government jobs, like running offices and making decisions. So the leaders, particularly the Premier, said that when he got there, you could count the Northerners in the civil service on one hand. That is less than 10. So they made a plan. And that plan was to fill the key jobs in northern Nigeria with Northerners. They called it Northernization. And it was a big deal at the time. The idea was to give the Northerners first dip on jobs, then hire foreigners on short contracts if needed. And only as a last resort, they can now consider Nigerians from other regions. Also, only on contract. No permanent jobs.
Is this policy of filling all key posts in the north solely with Northerners and not with other Nigerians a temporary or a permanent one?
In actual fact, what it is a Northerner first. If you can't get a Northerner, then we take an expatriate like yourself on contract. If we can't, then we can employ another Nigerian, but on contract too. This is going to be permanent, I should say, as far as I can foresee, because it will be rather dangerous to see the number of boys who are now turning from all our learning institutions coming out with having no work to do. I'm sure whichever government of the day might be, it will feel rather embarrassed, and it might even lead to bloodshed.
So, you want to ask, why do this? Why did they have to go this far? Well, the Premier said it was about giving Northerners a fair shot, because a lot of the young people at that time in the North were finishing school, getting degrees, but coming home to no jobs. Imagine studying hard, getting a diploma, and then nothing. So they were not training the people to be entrepreneurs, but they were training them to come and take up government jobs. So that's how it sounds to me. Because the Premier says if these young folks don't get job from them, then it could lead to trouble, maybe violence. So it's like no government wants that kind of chaos. So Northernization was their own way of making sure that Northerners had opportunities and keeping things stable within their region. But what about unity of the country? The interviewer asked them about the unity of the country. Wouldn't this policy make Nigeria feel like less like a one country? I mean, if the North only hires Northerners, what about Nigerians from the East? What about Nigerians from the South? Shouldn't everyone have equal rights, equal shots at jobs anywhere in Nigeria, since it's one nation or one country? The Premier was not apologetic about this. He admits that he's aware that this may cause divisions, but at the same time, he tried to flip the question.
Doesn't this damage the idea, sir, of all people in all regions in Nigeria being fellow citizens of one country?
Well, it might, but you are, I mean, new to our region, but how many Northerners are employed in the East or in the West? The answer is no. And if there are, there may be 10 laborers employed.
It's like, how many Northerners get hired in the East or in the West? According to him, barely any. And if they do, they only get low-level jobs like laborers. So he's saying, if other regions play favorites, why can't we? But is this fair? Is this fair? This is a part that should really make us think. The Northernization policy sounds like it's protecting one group, but it also feels like it's shutting others out. Nigeria is supposed to be one nation, right? Back then, each region was kind of doing its own thing. The North felt left behind in the job rates, so they made this rule to catch up, but it also created this us versus them vibe. Us versus the Igbos. Us versus the Yorubas. That was what they created. They were trying to create jobs, but they ended up creating enmity. I dare say to you that enmity and that fear of the Igbo man have thrived from then till now. So when you think about these things, you have to now understand where the roots cause of such fear or stereotyping of the Igbo started from. Started from right when these seeds were sown in 1965. These vibes didn't help bring Nigerians together. Rather, it's like every region was looking out for itself instead of the whole country. I know some of you now will blame me, oh, well, especially those from the eastern region, while our own leaders were busy looking for how, to make the country one, even to the extent of letting the North have the premiership, the prime minister's position, because we wanted one Nigeria. You didn't know that they were more interested about building their own human capacity at the expense of others. So, someone will ask, why talk about this today? Well, this Northernization policy from the 1950s actually shows how regional and ethnic tensions can shape big decisions. It's a reminder that when one group feels left out, they make rules to protect themselves. But those rules may spark new problems. In fact, most times they spark new problems. For instance, when in the present southeast region of Nigeria, you have the group insisting that there will be sit at home every Monday, it has its own consequences. But that came about as a result of them trying to protect themselves also. Even now, Nigeria deals with debates about fairness, jobs, and who gets what. So much nepotism in government. The federal character is not actually being followed the way it ought to. So understanding this history helps us get why things are the way they are today in Nigeria, and maybe how we can make them better. I would like to hear from you. What do you think? Do you think that the Northernization policy was the right policy at the right time? And do you think that it helped to build Nigeria, to make Nigeria one, or did it help to create division amongst the country? You can put your comments in the comment section. So you can add your comments in the comment section. Let us know what you think about the Northernization policy in a nutshell. Was it about giving Northerners a leg in their own region, even though it also stirred up questions about fairness and unity? What do you think? Was the North right to focus on their own people, or did it hurt Nigeria as a whole? Please drop your thoughts in the comments and let's talk more about it. If you like this deep dive, kindly hit the like button, subscribe, and ring the bell for more videos like this. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again next time in the next one. I'm Oscar. See you again.
There'll be marketing where you fit price. Truth no they for shelf, no they wear disguise. To buy a mean, to chase I'm hold I'm tight. I never trade, I'm even in darkest night. They say buy the truth, no sell I'm. Proverbs talk, but this no be trade with money or stock. Truth no they shelf, no they shop. Now wisdom treasure where they make soul unlock. To buy a mean make you open your ear. Pursue them with hearts where they truly fear. Dig deep like person where they search for gold. Cause truth go guide you, truth no old. Oh, truth no be something you buy with change. Now life decision how they exchange. Once you find I'm whole, I'm tight. No sell for fame, no trade for high. Buy the truth, no be for sale. No let lies tip your scale. Hold on close, make you no lose. Even when pressure they confuse. Buy the truth, hold on fast. Ego carry you reach the last. No sell, I'm even if word they shout. Stand truth be light, ego cast lie out. This truth no be soft for the culture taste. Sometimes it go cuts, but it know they waste. No be hype, no be trends online. Now you turn out lights where they truly shine. Jesus say I be the way, the truth, the life. So when I hold truth, I they hold Christ. No they flip palm when the world they bend. Truth now my compass till the very end.
Buy the truth, oh.
No sell no more.
Even if it costs you.
No let's go. Hold on strong, let truth remain. Enjoy your pain, it no go change. Guard your heart like treasure chest. The truth go help you pass the test. Buy the truth, no be for sale. No let lies tip your scale. Hold on close, make you no lose. Even when pressure they confuse. Buy the truth, hold on fast. Ego carry you reach the last mode. No sell, even if word they shout. The truth be light, ego cast lie out. Buy 'em with your time, with your study, with your faith. Hold 'em like life, but never sell it for pleasure, pressure, or praise. Truth no day for sale. Keep 'em, leave 'em.